So good evening. Welcome everyone to tonight's council meeting. I'm the Mayor, Councillor Thuy Dang. I declare this meeting open at 7:02 p.m. I would like to welcome the members of the public who have joined the meeting in the chamber tonight. Members of the public attending council and committee meetings are expected to behave respectfully at all times and not permitted to engage with the councillor or councillor officer during the course of the meeting. This includes directing loud and inappropriate comments towards councillor and officers or making noise that impact council's ability to conduct its meeting. All persons present tonight have the right to be safe and treated with respect. Council will not tolerate any behavior that threatens the safety of anyone present in the chamber or which disrupts the ability for council to conduct its business on behalf of the community. You will be asked to leave the meeting if your behavior is inappropriate, disruptive, or rude. All members of the gallery are required to register their attendance at council meetings to support a safe and secure environment for all participants, whilst allowing council to conduct an orderly meeting. In the unlikely event of an emergency, please follow the direction of the council officers, and the emergency procedures on the wall near the door. Channel 31 has been permission to live stream this meeting. A recording of the meeting will be published on Council's website. For the item number 1, please stand for the acknowledgement of country. On behalf of Brimbank City Council, I would like to acknowledge the Wurundjeri and Bunurong people as the traditional custodian of this land and pay respect to their elders, past, present, and future. I ask Councillor to remain standing for the Council commitment. Others may be seated. Thank you. At the Council, we will act in the best interests of the Brimbank community and consider the immediate and long-term impacts of our decision. We will make the decision fairly and without bias. We will uphold all of our obligations under the laws of Victoria and Council's local laws, and will act in accordance with Model Councillor Code of Conduct. Councillor, please be seated. Item number 3, apologies, leave of absence. Tonight we have Councillor Maria Kerr and Councillor Nguyen are an apology, and Councillor Pham is attending online. Item number 4, disclosure of conflicts of interest. Are there any declaration of conflict of interest for tonight? Thank you. Designation of items as confidential. May I have a mover of motion to designate item as confidential, please? Councillor Chuang?
Thank you, Madam Mayor. I move the motion on the screen.
Thank you. May I have the seconder, please? Councillor sorry, Madam Deputy Chair, Mayor.
I second the motion. Thank you, Madam Mayor.
Okay. May I have the vote? All in favor, please raise your hand. Thank you. I declare the motion passed. Thank you. Item number 6, confirmation of minutes of previous meeting. May I have the mover of a motion to confirm the minutes of the previous council meeting? Councillor Tarkos?
Madam Mayor, I move the motion as per business papers.
Thank you. May I have seconder, please? Councillor Razid?
I second that. Thank you.
Thank you, Councillor Razid. I'll put the motion to the vote. All in favor, please raise your hand. I declare the motion carried. Thank you. Item number 7, condolences. There are no item of condolences this evening. Item number 8, congratulations. There are 4 items of congratulations this evening. Item number 8.1, Father Borislav Petrovic. May I have the mover, please? Councillor Nikolic?
I'd like to move the congratulatory motion as per the shared screen. Thanks, Madam Mayor.
Thank you. And Councillor Darcy?
I would like to second that. Thank you.
Thank you. Councillor Nikolic, would you like to speak to the motion?
I would. Thank you, Madam Mayor. And I believe congratulations are a really important section where we can acknowledge the hard work of our community and the resilience and the many stories of our residents that make up Brimbank. I wish to acknowledge a man whose leadership has profoundly enriched the cultural and social fabric of Brimbank. For more than 32 years, Very Reverend Father Borislav Petrovich has been a pillar of strength, compassion, and unity for generations of local families. He immigrated from ex-Yugoslavia due to civil war and arrived in St. Albans, where he still calls home. On the 25th of October, during the Divine Liturgy at St. George Church in St. Albans, he announced his retirement from the parish as the local priest, marking the close of a ministry defined by unwavering dedication and deep spiritual care that has impacted my own connection to faith and the community spirit he has shared throughout the years. Father Borislav spoke with humility about his calling to the priesthood, his mission, and the many lives and experiences that shaped his decades of pastoral work. His words reminded me of what was at the heart of his ministry, that it was a life lived for others. Throughout his service, Father Borislav was known for his rare ability to understand, support, and uplift those who sought guidance from him. His humanity, patience, and strength of character earned him the respect and affection of parishioners and the wider community. As the elder of the St. George parish, he embodied the values that have anchored this community through compassion, integrity, service, and also multicultural harmony. His sermons, delivered with clarity and conviction, resonated powerfully throughout the acoustics of the St. George Church. He had a unique gift for speaking to the young and the old alike, inspiring reflection and grounding us in the principles that bind us together. The community celebrates a man who has shaped the parish with open arms and a generous spirit. He listened, he comforted, and also encouraged. He reminded us, through both his words and throughout examples, what it means to live a life with purpose and kindness. His parting message was simple yet profound: live honestly, do good, and help others. I thank Father Borislav for his extraordinary service and also for spiritual guidance. I wish him every joy and blessing in his retirement and in spending that time with his family. Thank you.
Thank you, Councillor Nikolic. Councillor Venkatarasi, would you like to
Thank
speak
you.
to the motion?
For many of us, Father Borislav Petrovich has been more than just a spiritual leader. He has been a great guiding light, a source of strength, and a pillar of our community. His unwavering dedication to his faith and to each of us has touched countless lives. Whether through his comforting presence during difficult times, his wise counsel, or his selfless service, Father Borislav has always been there. Personally, I'm deeply grateful for the role he has played in my own life. Father Borislav christened both of my children, a sacred moment that I will forever cherish. His warmth, his grace, and his deep sense of spirituality have left a lasting mark on on my family, just as he has done for so many others across the Brimbank community. Father Borislav has not only been a priest, but a friend, a mentor, and a source of inspiring for many. As he enters his well-deserved retirement, his legacy will live on in our community. On behalf of the entire community, we wish him peace, health, and joy in this new chapter of his life. May God bless Father Borislav as he has blessed all of us. Thank you.
Thank you, Councillor Rasi. Any one else like to speak to the motion? Madam Deputy Mayor?
Thank you, Madam Mayor. I would also like to join my fellow Councillor Nikolic and Councillor Rasik in congratulating Father Borislav for his 32 years of service. I can't even try to imagine the role that he was playing when he first arrived in Australia with the influx of refugees rather from his own country of origin. I'm sure, like many other European priests, the priest was there not only for spiritual guidance and services, but for many other services, especially if the community has problems with difficulty with speaking the English language, he would have been the first port of call for the community to approach him. So I can only imagine what a role he had. 32 years of service is a great commitment and a great legacy. I'm sure that his legacy will always live on with his community and beyond. I want to wish him a healthy and a blessed retirement. Thank you.
Thank you, Madam Deputy Mayor. Could anyone else like to speak to the motion? So I too would like to join our councillors to congratulate Father Boris Slave and all the best wish for your new chapter. Thank you. I'll put the motion to the vote. All in favour, please raise your hand. I declare the motion carried. Item number 8.2, Miss Faye Noble. May I have the mover please? Miss Item number 8.2, Miss Faye Noble.
I'll move the motion, Madam Mayor.
Thank you, Madam Deputy Mayor. May I have the seconder, please? Councillor Bouch?
I'll second the motion, Madam Mayor. Thank you.
Madam Deputy Mayor, would you like to speak to the motion?
I certainly would, Madam Mayor.
Yeah.
I would like to congratulate on behalf of the community and council, Ms. Fay, for her sterling contribution to the community. Over these last 50 years, she was a real role model through all her voluntary work that she has done in the municipality of Brimbank. And I really admire her because she really encompasses the values of a great citizen, and her work will be highly recognized for many years to come. Congratulations, Faye, and thank you very much for your contribution to the community. Thank you.
Thank you, Madam Deputy Mayor. Councillor Bouch, would you like to speak to the motion?
Yes, thank you, Madam Mayor. And through the Chair, I join my fellow council, Deputy Mayor, in congratulating and honouring Faye Noble on her 51 years of volunteer service to the Brimbank community. And her surname sums it up nicely, and rightly so. It reflects who Faye is. She's noble, and definitely, certainly noble. Having shown fine qualities and high moral principles, this is our Faye. Faye began volunteering at St. Mark's Anglican Church in 1974. She was then 37 years old and now 88 years young. Faye was also the church head of fundraising for several years and organised annual pie drives and chocolate drives and raffles. Just like my mother, who's 80 years old, actually who's turning 81 next week, happy birthday, Mum, Faye also likes to knit and crochet. These activities keep them busy and young and physical, but also young at heart. Faye was also heavily involved in the Brimbank community. Since a very young age, she started the Girl Guides. Without volunteers like her, many projects or organisations will be without a soul. And as a quote, alone we can do so little, but together we can do so much. So on behalf of the Council, thank you very much for your continued service and the time you have spared for being a real outstanding volunteer. Thank you.
Thank you, Councillor Bouch. Would anyone else like to speak to the motion? Thank you. Tonight, I'm proud to celebrate Faye Noble, whose 50 years of volunteer service in Sunshine have touched countless lives. Thank you, Faye, for helping shape a more compassionate Brimbank. I put the motion to the vote. All in favour, please raise your hand. I declare motion passed. Thank you. We move to item number 8.3, Australian Vietnamese Arts and Culture. May I have the mover, please? Councillor vote?
I'll move the motion as per shared screen. Thank you.
Thank you. May I have the seconder, please? Councillor Pham? Oh, sorry, we can't hear you, Councillor Pham. Try to unmute. Yeah, we can hear you now.
Through Mayor, I would like to second the motion. Thank you.
Thank you, Councillor Pham. Councillor, Madam Deputy Mayor, would you like to speak to the motion?
I certainly do, Madam Mayor. The Australian Vietnamese Arts and Culture, AVEC group, has brought wide-ranging benefits to the Brimbank community, socially, culturally, and practically. AVEC events and documentary Our Brimbank, a half-century home. And on that, I would like to make a comment that I personally was invited to take part of this documentary, and I really admire the people involved in this committee, including but not limited to my Nguyen, for inviting me to take part in this documentary, especially at this point in time when we are celebrating the 50 years anniversary of Vietnamese settlement in Australia. The AVEC also supported 300 residents through the no interest loan scheme, helping disadvantaged individuals access essential support with dignity. Delivered cybersecurity workshops, equipping community members with tools to stay safe and confident online. AVEC intergenerational arts workshops connect elders and youth, strengthen family bonds and cultural continuity. AVEC has helped Brimbank community become more inclusive, resilient, and culturally vibrant, uplifting lives through both celebration and service. So once again, congratulations to AVEC and all the members of the committee and everyone involved in this group. Thank you, Madam Mayor.
Thank you, Madam Deputy Mayor. Councillor Pham, would you like to speak to the motion?
Yes, Madam Mayor, I just want to echo what Councillor Bock had been saying, but just want to share a few words. That's Australian Vietnamese arts and culture have made a powerful and lasting impact across Brimbank, celebrating heritage, strengthening social connection, and delivering practical support to those who need it the most. And in the past, I actually have witnessed whatever work that ABAC have been doing, engaging community together, and also organizing many events and activity that not just the young but the older people and men's and women that can join together as well. So well done, ABAC. Keep up the good work. Thank you.
Thank you, Councillor Pham. Would anyone else like to speak to the motion? Councillor Chuang.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. This is Australian Vietnamese art and culture. It variant community dedicated to celebrating, sharing the rich diversity of the Vietnamese art and culture. The gathering of passionate individual united by love for the art and commitment to building the supportive, inclusive community. More than just only the collective talent. They are in dynamic collective, the table of collaboration, encouragement, and celebrate cultural diversity. Two very artistic expression, festival, and cultural event. They aim to reach center belong and provide a platform for everyone to contribute their voice to outshare the bridge of the journey. Brimbank member and Brimbank will see there along in a lot of the event. Their joy is not for the Vietnamese community, but they get involved with all the different ethnic community to show is how the working well from the of the different culture to get the congratulation.
Thank you, Councillor Chung. Anyone else like to speak to the motion? I too would like to join our councillors to congratulate Australian Vietnamese Arts and Culture Group for their contribution to Brimbank, especially the powerful documentary Our Brimbank, A Half Century Home, as Councillor Board had just shared. Congratulations to all the members of AVIC. Also, I would like to extend our appreciation to Ma Nguyen, the president of AVAC, Hưng Nguyen, Hieu Tran, Van der Hieu, Min Savo, Mai Vu, Catherine Truong, Nguyen Cao, Min Nguyen family, Mai Linh Nguyen, Thornton, Tin An Nguyen, Can Nguyen, Tin Le, and Nikki Tran. Your leadership and dedication have built a legacy of pride, resilience, and connection. Congratulations again, AVIC. So we move to item number 8.4. I'll put the motion to the vote. All in favor, please raise your hand. Thank you. I declare the motion carried. So item number 8.4, outgoing mayor and deputy mayor. May I have the mover, please? Councillor Chuang.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. I move the motion on the screen. Thank you.
Thank you. May I have the seconder, please? Councillor Tarkos.
I second the motion as per shared screen. Thank you.
Thank you. Councillor Chuang, would you like to speak to the motion?
Thank you, Madam Mayor. I would like to sincerely thank to Mayor Councillor Thuy Dan. We come to the end of this mayoral term. Over the past 12 months since the start of this new council term, she has shown great leadership, dedication, and energy. She has attended many community events and citizenship ceremony, always recently Brimbank with the pride and determination. These were particularly significant during the 50-year celebration of Vietnamese settlement in Australia and the mountain that reflect to the rich diversity and strength of our community. We are very grateful for everything she has done. Thank you very much, Madam Mayor. I would also like to thank to our outgoing Deputy Mayor, Councillor Victoria Ball. Councillor Ball had often stepped in for the mayor, attending and speaking at the community event and supporting the work of the council. She has stayed connecting with the residents and community group through the year, and her effort to make the real difference. Thank you, Councillor Dang and Councillor Ball, for your hard work and for our commitment to our community. Thank you.
Thank you, Councillor Chuang and Councillor Tarkos. Would you like to speak to the motion?
Yes, thanks, Madam Mayor, and thank you, Councillor Trung. I'd like to echo your words and also take the opportunity to thank our Mayor Thuy Dang and our Deputy Mayor Victoria Borg. Their advocacy, their leadership and stewardship, hard work in representing our council and the Brimbank community, showing up and being, batting for us. Your commitment to improving our Brimbank community has made a significant difference, also fostering a strong sense of service. I'd also like to share that one of my most vivid experiences with our mayor is at citizenship, because when I'm there and she does give her own account of her migration to this country as a refugee, and when she speaks in her language, although I don't understand a word she says, I see the tears rolling down people's cheeks, and I see that the journey resonates with so many people that choose Brimbank, and I'm, really grateful for your honesty in doing that. And also, Councillor Victoria Borg, I've been with on the journey for 9 years now. And Victoria has always been a very outspoken person about mental health and destigmatising mental health. And I have to say that thank you for doing that. It really means a lot to our community because a lot of people can relate and they feel a sense of strength when you speak. Thank you.
Thank you, Councillor Tarkos. Would anyone else like to speak to the motion? Councillor Nicolai?
Thanks, Madam Mayor, and thanks, Councillor Tarkos, because that's one of my most special memories. Just on Sunday past, attending the citizenship ceremony and acknowledging that you attended where nearly 3,000 residents became citizens. So that was incredibly special. But I looked out into the crowd, there were the tears rolling, there was laughter, but it was the little girls that I saw that were sitting there looking up to you and really inspired in the humble position that you were in and being able to share that love for community connection and community spirit. That's what you've done for this term. Coming in as a new councillor and a young woman myself, you've been really encouraging. So thank you for your ongoing support and communication. And likewise to our Deputy Mayor, Councillor Borg, thank you for all of your strength and encouragement as well, and really being core to our team.
Thank you, Councillor Nicolai. Councillor Rasid?
Thank you. I would like to congratulate the outgoing team, Councillor Victoria Borg, our Deputy Mayor, and Councillor Tui Dang, our Mayor. I'm extremely proud of you, Mayor, your leadership, and I'm so happy to be part of council that Councillor Dang has led over the last 12 months. Well done. Thank you.
Thank you, Councillor Rasid. Would anyone else like to speak to the motion? Councillor Crook?
Thank you, Madam Mayor, and I too would like to echo the sentiments of my fellow councillors. Councillor Tweedang and Councillor Victoria Borg, the two of you have led this council through kindness, and you brought a piece of your heart along the journey. And I think with that, you brought all councillors together. And not only all of us are saying how fantastic you've done the role, and the audience at the citizenship ceremony, but it's also mentioned in the monitor's report, and how we've really turned a corner as a council working together. And I think that's due to your leadership and the kindness and the understanding that you bring to the role, so that we can all work together. So thank you for your time, and wish you all the best. Thank you.
Thank you, Councillor Crook. Would anyone else like to speak to the motion? Councillor Pham?
Thank you, Madam Mayor. I would like to thank to both you, Deputy Mayor Councillor Victoria Borg and Councillor Tui Dang, Mayor. Thanks for all your hard work and being proactive with or council involvement with community, and also being supportive to myself and other councillors when we need you. That's mean a lot. And how do I say that? Can't say enough, but thanks for all your dedication throughout the years to both of you. Thank you.
Thank you, Councillor Pham. And Madam Deputy Mayor?
Thank you, Madam Mayor. I would also like to join my fellow councillors in congratulating you, Madam Mayor, for all the great work that you have done over the last 12 months in your role as a mayor. You have been highly exemplary in honoring council's values of integrity, honesty, compassion, whether it's amongst us as councillors or even broader to the community. Your commitment is really to your role as a mayor has been highly acknowledged. Besides that, I would also like to thank you, Madam Mayor. It has been a great privilege working with you as a deputy mayor, and for giving me so many opportunities to join you at so many meetings, experiences, which I will always treasure because they have enriched my role as a deputy mayor in so many ways, in more ways than one. You even were kind enough to give me the opportunity to be the prescribing officer at one of the citizenship ceremonies, and that will always stay with me as a deputy mayor. So thank you once again. You certainly have set up a very high benchmark to our future mayors, and together we can thrive. Thank you so much, Madam Mayor. And I would also like to thank my fellow councillors for their wonderful words of appreciation in my role as a deputy mayor. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Madam Deputy Mayor, for your kind words. Yeah. Councillor Bouch.
Yeah, I think I better speak. I'm the one left out otherwise. Thank you both for your service, Councillor Dang and Borg. And I thank you both for your effort for the last 12 months. As a first year councillor, you've made it a very smooth transition. We're a stronger Brimbank because of your stewardship and become a more vibrant community. Both of you have shown immense integrity and a self-cement to their commitment to public service. So thank you very much and keep up the good work.
Thank you, Councillor Bouch. I would like to take this opportunity to say a few words tonight. So I'm really proud of working with you all. I feel very grateful for your support. This past year has shown what possible when we lead with purpose and listen with open hearts. So together, we delivered bold advocacy and lasting outcome, such as a history for billion investment for the Sunshine Precinct, 100 million for the Coda interchange upgrade. That I could acknowledge Councillor Rasid for her commitment to continuing advocacy for this. A 12.1 million for a new bus route linking Canley and Deer Park is coming next year. Affordable sky bus access between Sunshine and Melbourne Airport. And thank you, Councillor Tarkos, for your commitment in working tirelessly for this. $100,000 in funding for the men's shed. So supporting connection, well-being, and community. We tackling illegal rubbish dumping for the cleaner street, vibrant parks, and renew pride in our neighborhoods. A streamlined venue booking system that makes easy for the for the community in the booking. They aren't just infrastructure win; they are lifeline for families, workers, and students. And none of this happened alone. It happened because we are working together, and we show support, respecting, and we rise together. To my fellow councillor, thank you. Thank you for everything. It's been a year with all the fun, the debate, agree or disagree, but we have done well together. And to my Madam Deputy Mayor, thank you for your steady support. And I'm very pleased to work with you for the past year. To our CEO, Fiona Blair, she's not here. But I would like to say that along with the executive team, thank you for your strategic insight and tireless direction. Tireless dedication. You help turn ideas into action and action into impact. Thank you so much, especially for Blindy team. You have made the community access in the booking system for the venue so easy. I got a lot of feedback on that. Thank you so much for your team. And also for our staff as well, especially councillor support team. And my assistant, Laura Mayers. Thank you for your unwavering professionalism and care. You have kept the wheels turning and the heart of this office beating strong. Thank you so much, staff, councillor support team, and the mayor executive assistant. To our community and volunteers, thank you. Your voice, your advocacy, your experience, your generous contributions have guided every decision we have made. You remind us every day who we serve and why it matters. Thank you so much. And to my friends and family, thank you for your unwavering support, your patience, and your love. You've been my anchor and my inspiration. As my mayoral term ends next Tuesday, I live with confidence in Brimbank's future. We have built trust, laid strong foundations, and show that we work together. We rise together. So thank you for the honor of serving as your mayor. Let's keep building a Brimbank we proud to go home. Thank you so much. We move to. I'll put the vote to. I'll put to the vote. All in favor, please raise your hand. Thank you. I declare the motion carried. I'll be emotional tonight, and I'll really appreciate all your sharing, councillors. Thank you. We move to item number 9, public question time. Mr. Bilaver, I understand we have received a question from members of the public.
Yes, Madam Mayor, we received 7 questions tonight. First question is from Sperula Christodoodle on behalf of Friends of HV McKay Memorial Gardens. Just to know, in accordance with Governance Rule 55.16, in the interest of time and maximising the number of questions, the preamble to some of the questions tonight won't be read out, but they will appear in the minutes. The question is, advice from Melbourne Airport is that revised works will not impact whatsoever on McKay Gardens. Decommissioning the fuel pipelines lies beyond the exclusion zone for the project, and future works may not happen for 5 to 8 years. Given these assurances, why is Council delaying funding for the replanting until 26-27 budget process or later, when there is no longer any physical or planning constraints preventing this work?
Thank you. The land adjacent to Haxby Mackay Garden, Strike 6 area is not owned by council. Rather, it is owned by Victrac. In August 2025, the Victorian Infrastructure Delivery Authority advised council that physical works on the land will involve decommissioning of the underground jet fuel pipeline pit, and this may require full access to the entire strip of land until the works are completed in early 2027. Therefore, Council has postponed its planting plans for this area until the decommissioning works are complete and the area is ready to be reinstated. In the meantime, Council will continue to work with the landowner to determine how best to provide a high quality boundary that complements the Hitchwood Garden.
Hayden Kelly asks, the Keilor Sports Club completed the construction of the new facility at a cost of $2.6 million, which included $800,000 of goods in kind from community and local businesses. The council completed a similar construction Taylor's Lakes Tennis Club at the published cost of $4.7 million. Given the 44% differential in cost and the quality of the Keilor building, the council going to consider empowering other clubs and organisations to project manage upgrades and building of council assets, or is Keilor a one-off? Further, is Council confident they are minimising costs via their procurement process, and are the cost components of the Taylors Lakes facility available in the public domain?
Council's community facilities capital contribution policy provides a transparent and consistent policy that clearly defines council and community group responsibility towards the capital development of council-owned or managed community facilities. It outlined that sport clubs can undertake works and the requirements depending on the level of works proposed. With each application to undertake works judged against established criteria, including the level of risk to council for the works being undertaken as proposed. The Keeler Sport Club project was an upgrade of the social rooms only, whereas the Taylor Lakes Tennis Club were a full sport pavilion replacement, so the scope of works was different.
Richard Carthy asks, when will the Brimbank City Council clear the front, particularly the roof, which is covered in lichen and grime, which is visible from the car park of the former offices of the City of Keilor?
Council currently undertake a quarterly roof cleaning program at the former office of the City of Keilor. This program focuses on the removal of debris from the roof and the gutter to ensure the building remains safe and functional. It does not, however, include pressure washing of the roof to remove grime or lichen. Council officer will assess the condition of the roof during the next scheduled cleaning, which is programmed for December 2025. Following this assessment, and if additional cleaning such as pressure washing is deemed necessary, Council will schedule the works subject to available budget and operational priorities.
Richard also asks, has the Brimbank City Council had recent communication with the owners of the heavily graffitied and vandalised buildings commonly known as John Darling and Son Flour Mill in Albion as to its future?
Yes, Brimbank has recently communication with owners regarding the site's future.
Our next two questions are from Neil Huntington. In relation to traffic concerns at Hume Drive East, Cinema Road, and Albertine Crescent, I believe the Brimbank City Council has carried out investigations, including traffic monitoring, into these problems. Can the council please release their findings? And when will a follow-up action plan be initiated, including no U-turn signage at Hume Drive eastbound from Kings Road and installation of speed humps and 30 km/h speed signage on Rosley Boulevard along Albertine Crescent onto Hume Drive be undertaken?
The Traffic and Transport team had recently conducted a traffic survey for this movement to avoid the right-hand turn into Hume Drive. We agree this is undesirable. However, there are limited measures available to prevent or enforce against using the route, and motorists are not breaking road rules. The investigation into red running is occurring now. The results will release once available, which we expect in the next few weeks. There is no proposal to install no U-turn signs along Hume Drive, and there is already a solid white line which prohibit vehicle from the performing conventional U-turn. There are no plans to reduce the speed limit to 30 km/h in this area, and the investigation into installing road humps along Albertine Crescent is ongoing as per above.
The next two questions are from Bruce Lancashire on behalf of the Brimbank Progress Association. Can the council consider utilising the large area of open land to the west of the car park on the western side of the Sunbury rail line for future parking needs? Additionally, could council explore potential funding options for such a development?
Thank you for your inquiry regarding the vacant land west of the existing commuter car park near Sunbury Rail Line. The land at 362 Sydenham Road is owned by Brimbank City Council and sits directly beside the current car park area leased to VicTrack. This site forms part of the former mobile oil site and is heavily contaminated. Sections of the site are classified as no dig, meaning ground disturbance and heavy vehicle access are not permitted. Its location further underscores the need to strictly manage environmental risk. Independent environmental audits have confirmed that the land cannot safely support car parking or any works requiring surface or subsurface disturbance. Given these constraints, the site is not suitable for car park development. Council have previously considered this use but discounted. It will continue working with VicTrack and the Victorian government to pursue feasible transport and parking option for the Water Garden Station precinct.
Madam Mayor, a further 2 questions were received from Mr. Lancashire, however, have been disallowed under Governance Rules 55.7, which limits persons to no more than 2 questions per meeting. Council officers will reach out to Mr. Lancashire after the meeting. That's all.
Thank you, Mr. Bilapa. So we move to item number 10, petition. There are no petitions to be received this evening. I'm sorry, we not allowed to ask a question in the chamber, but you can put the question through our website or no. Thank you. So item number 11, minutes report of delegate committees. There are no minutes of delegate committees. Item number 12, officer reports. There are 9 officer reports for consideration by council tonight. If you have on motion this evening, you must draft this motion and provide to the governor team by email so that they may be shared on screen and form part of the meeting. Otherwise, we may have to defer the matter until the motion has been written, allowing the meeting to proceed uninterrupted. Report number 12.1, Planning Activity Update and Delegate Decision and Planning Scheme Amendment Update, October 2025. I invite Director Wash to present their report.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. The purpose of this report is to provide councillors an update on the status of planning permit applications and trends in planning approvals in Brimbank and decisions made under delegated authority during October of 2025 regarding planning permit applications and other matters, and also to provide council a status update on current planning scheme amendments as at the end of October. Officers recommend that council note the activity update, the decisions that were made under delegated authority that are attached to the report, and also that council note the planning scheme amendment summary also attached. Thank you, Madam Mayor.
Thank you, Director Wash. Councillor, are there any questions to the directors? Right. May I have the mover, please? Madam Deputy Mayor?
Thank you, Madam Mayor. I move the motion as per shared screen.
Thank you, Madam Deputy Mayor. May I have the seconder, please? Councillor Nikolic?
I second the report. Thanks, Madam Mayor.
Thank you, Councillor Nikolic. Madam Deputy Mayor, would you like to speak to the motion?
No, thank you, Madam Mayor.
Thank you. Councillor Nikolic, would you like to speak to the motion?
No, thank you.
Thank you. Would anyone else like to speak to the motion? I put the motion to the vote. Or in favor, please raise your hand. I declare the motion carried. We move to item number 12.2, final domestic animal management plan 2026 to 2029. I invite Mr. Wash again to do the presentation on your report. Thank you.
Thank you again, Madam Mayor. The purpose of this report is to provide Council the opportunity to consider adopting the final the final domestic animal management plan 2026 through to 2029. And this is an obligation that Council has to prepare a domestic animal management plan. The obligation comes from the Domestic Animals Act 1994. We're presenting or returning to Council the domestic animal management plan following community consultation that is detailed and the submissions received during that period, which are detailed in the report. The officer recommendation is that Council note the feedback, the submissions and the comments received, note the timeline and schedule for the implementation of a cat containment initiative detailed in the report, and that you adopt the final draft animal management plan for publication, and as part of your obligation also submit the final final domestic animal management plan to the Secretary of the Bureau of Animal Management as required under the Act, and also that you write to submitters thanking them and advising of your decision. Thank you, Madam Mayor.
Thank you, Director Wash. Councillor, are there any questions to the Director? No. May I have the mover, please? Councillor Tarkos?
I move the motion as per business screen. Thank you.
Thank you. May I have the seconder, please? Councillor Toole?
Second move. Thank you, Madam Mayor.
Thank you. Councillor Tarkot, would you like to speak to the motion?
Thank you, Madam Mayor. As our director said, the Domestic Animals Act of 94, councils must prepare a domestic animal management plan every 4 years. The current Brimbank DAMP ceases to be effective at the end of 2025, and this would become our new DAMP, guiding our approach and management to the care of domestic animals, dogs and cats. The plan has also prepared with collaboration with our community, and I thank all of our community members that have provided really valuable feedback. And we have listened and responded to their concerns and advice. We have reviewed that feedback in our DAMP and undertaken community surveys and formally sought feedback. The results of the formal consultation is attached to the report, and I will be pleased to read the comments and see how we have responded. The plan outlines the programs that address overpopulation and high euthanasia rates of dogs and cats, encourage the registration and identification of dogs and cats, ensure that people comply with the Act and the regulations, evaluate whether the animal control services are adequate at the moment, and manage dangerous dogs, menacing dogs and restricted breed dogs, minimise the potential for dogs and cats to create nuisance, minimise the risk of attacks by dogs on people and animals, promote and encourage the responsible ownership of dogs and cats. I would like to highlight some of the more notable initiatives in the plan: possible dog training programs and tips via website of face-to-face training opportunities, cat containment initiative based on community feedback and research conducted in the field. This measure will be introduced and include extensive education, advice and promotion prior to its full implementation. The initiative aims to address nuisance issues and negative impact on wildlife and impacts on the health and well-being of pet cats, as well as assisting in reducing the stray semi-owned cat population. Continuation of council's subsidised cat desexing program, which is highly successful and so needed in our community. I've had to think long and hard about the cat containment action, but I feel it goes a long way into education first, and no fines and penalties, and the allowing of grandfathering to allow the transition is so vital in a community such as ours, which has quite divergent views on cat ownership. We don't allow our dogs to wander around because of risk, cars, disease, dog attacks. The same should apply to cats. We all know that vet bills are ridiculously expensive as well. Therefore, keeping our pets contained and protected and safe within our boundaries where possible is a vital cornerstone in this plan. Cat containment is a much more practicable and achievable step than a cat curfew, and it allows our community to learn more about the rationale and the time frame of the implementation for full operation being in January 2028. This is both, I feel, fair and takes great steps in providing that vital education piece beforehand. Therefore, I commend this report for support. Thank you.
Thank you, Councillor Tarkos. Councillor Chung, would you like to speak to the motion?
Thank you, Madam Mayor. I think it's the most important and vital part for the animal management service provided by Brimbank City Council is the staff. And they have to responsibility includes the animal collection, investigation of the complaint, investigation of the dog attest report, and repairing our document if required. Positive patrol of the park and off-leash area, cleaning of council animal holding facility, and attending after hours for emergency and urgent animal collection is to make the member in the community they feel safe too. So I just want to add on a little.
Thank you, Councillor Chung. Could anyone else like to speak to the motion? Madam Deputy Mayor?
Thank you, Madam Mayor. This plan aims to promote responsible pet ownership and raise awareness about Council's animal management services. One of the highlights is, as already mentioned by Councillor Takos, is the proposed cat containment initiative. Overall, the community has supported this initiative during the consultation period. Council will be offering lot of support to the community before the implementation on the 1st of January 2028 of this initiative as a new local law. Council will also be seeking financial support from the state government. I would like to take this opportunity to thank the community for its valuable feedback during the consultation period. Thank you, Madam Mayor.
Thank you, Madam Deputy Mayor. Could anyone else like to speak to the motion? All right. I'll put the motion to the vote, or in favor, please raise your hand. I declare the motion carried. We move to item number 12.3, Amendment C219 Prim Heritage Updates Post Exhibition. I invite again Director Wash to present their report.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. The purpose of this report is for Council to consider submissions received in response to the exhibition period, which is related to the Brimbank Planning Scheme Amendment C219 Brim, which relates to updates to our heritage controls within the planning scheme, and also to provide Council or to ask Council to determine the next steps to progress the amendment in accordance with the requirements under the Planning and Environment Act. The officer recommendations are quite lengthy, but in summary, what we are asking Council to do is to receive note and consider the submissions in accordance with your obligations under the Planning and Environment Act, to then request the Minister for Planning to appoint a planning panel to consider all submissions that are referred to that panel. And in referring the submissions to the panel, to undertake some administrative actions to enable the effective operation of our representation of the panel by delegating authority to the manager, city strategy and coordinators to provide officer responses in relation to late submissions and other matters associated with the operation of the panel. And also there are a number of other things that we are asking Council to note and also to write to submitters to thank them for their submission to the amendment and also to advise them of your decision this evening. Thank you, Madam Mayor.
Thank you, Director Watch. Councillor, are there any questions to the Director? I put the motion to the vote, or in favor, please raise your hand. Oh, sorry. May I have the mover, please? Councillor Sarkot?
Madam Mayor, I move the motion as per business papers. Thank you.
Thank you. May I have the seconder, please? Madam Deputy Mayor.
I'll second the report,
Thank
Madam
you.
Mayor.
Councillor Tarkot, would you like to speak to the motion?
Thank you, Madam Mayor. Firstly, I would like to say that I've been blown away by this report because being the chair of the Heritage Committee, the extensive work that's gone into this is incredible reading about the living history of our area. The heritage listing, I'm only going to read just a couple of strands that made a huge impression. The heritage listing of properties that are of local historic and technical architectural significance to Brimbank is such an important way that we can demonstrate the importance of our living history. The one case that really was interesting to read in this report is the Beaufort homes in Sunshine. As a case in point to demonstrate the experimental housing programs that were developed by the War Service Homes Commission to meet the severe housing shortages after World War II, and are one of the first examples of what I would call social housing, which is state federal housing programs. The Beaufort House at 15 Cervantes Street in Sunshine was for returning service people and their families, providing a one-off home finance and construction for a private owner. They were efficiently mass-produced housing that was low-priced, and they remain significant because they are one of the first ventures into prefab housing following 150 years of importing timber and buildings from Great Britain and other countries. Also important to note is that Sunshine was once called in 1886 Braybrook Junction. It was a hub even back then, the feed that fed train lines to quarries and new factories such as HV Mackay's Harvester Works. So even back in that period, we demonstrate that we were such an important hub and a meeting of all the train lines. It was back then in the 1800s we were considered the greatest junction in Victoria, with thriving industries specialising in agricultural implements, carriage works, which we see out in the foyer here of this council building, and employing hundreds and hundreds of people. This all came, unfortunately, to an abrupt halt during the Depression, which hit this area very hard. The collection of houses listed in this report are such an important part of our living history that need to be preserved. The report also provides a very important insight to why we still are a very important rail hub and why people resided near transport hubs to get to their jobs. As the chair of the Heritage Committee, I commend this report. I note all the reports within it and commend the next steps for this report to be progressing. Thank you.
Thank you, Councillor Tarkos. So, Councillor Ward, would you like to speak to the motion?
Yes, thank you, Madam Mayor. This has been a very long process which goes back to the 13th of December 2022. I still remember very clearly as a council when we resolved to seek authorization from the Minister of Planning to prepare and exhibit amendment C219 BRIM. Important to note that through the subsequent submissions, the planning panel identified a gap in Council's local heritage policy as it relates to the relocation of heritage buildings. Consequently, a recommendation has been made to address this gap and is included in this report. Important to note also that the Minister did not support the proposed application of the heritage overlay to the Quonset warehouse, as this site forms part of the Sunshine Station master plan area. According to the report, 6 Beaufort homes were identified in Brimbank, in addition to the 15 7th Street Sunshine, which Councillor Takos spoke about in more detail. I am very much looking forward to the prospective planning panel's decision with regards to Council's submission.
Thank you, Madam Deputy Mayor. Could anyone else like to speak to the motion? I put the motion to the vote or in favor. Put your hand up. Thank you. I declare the motion carried. We move to item number 12.4, final draft biodiversity strategy 2025 to 2039. I invite Director Wash to present their report.
Thank you again, Madam Mayor. It gives me great pleasure to bring back to Council the final draft Biodiversity Strategy 2025 to 2035. In bringing this back to Council, the purpose is for Council to note and receive the feedback that has been received on the draft that was exhibited, and to consider the final draft Brimbank Biodiversity Strategy for adoption. The officer recommendation is that Council, having considered the submissions received, adopt the final draft biodiversity strategy. And if you do that, that we write to submitters advising them, thanking them for their submission and advising them of Council's decision. Thank you, Madam Mayor.
Thank you, Director Wash. Councillor, are there any questions to the Director? May I have the mover, please? Councillor Crook?
I move the report as per the business papers.
Thank you. May I have the seconder, please? Councillor Nikolic?
I second the report. Thanks, Madam Mayor.
Thank you. Councillor Crook, would you like to speak to the motion?
No, thank you, Madam Mayor.
Thank you. Councillor Nikolic, would you like to speak to the motion?
No, thank you.
Thank you, Councillor Nikolic. Would anyone else like to speak to the motion? Councillor Tarkos?
Thanks. I'd just like to thank the work that went into this report, but particularly emphasise the volunteers and environmental community groups that contributed great valuable on-ground supports and actions for habitat restoration, weed and pest control, as well as providing opportunities for social interaction and creating a sense of community. I think that we are really lucky and blessed to have so many friends of groups, and it's good to see that council is supporting them and helping them with resources to get off the ground and to focus on areas that are of importance biodiversity. Thank you.
Yep. Thank you, Councillor Tarkos. Would anyone else like to speak to the motion? I put the motion to the vote or in favor, please raise your hand. I declare the motion carried. Item number 12.5, Governance Report, November 2025. I invite Director Hill to present their report.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. The monthly governance report is a standing report to Council in accordance with best practice and good governance principles and to ensure compliance with the Local Government Act 2020. In this month's governance report, councillors are asked to consider contracts entered into and works orders approved in accordance with the S7 instrument of subdelegation, councillor declarations of representations by members of Parliament, appointment to the Lead West Joint Delegated Committee, confirmation of the final version of the 2024 to 2025 annual report, and to receive an update on the Sunshine Community Battery Project. Thank you, Madam Mayor.
Thank you, Director Hill. Councillor, are there any questions to the Director? Right. May I have the mover, please? Councillor Chuang.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. I move on the screen. Thank you.
Who are you appointed to the delegate and the proxy? Yeah, please call out the name.
I appoint to the council Catherine Twist.
Yeah, and for the proxy.
And for the proxy, it's Councillor Lucy Nguyen.
Thank you. May I have the seconder, please? Councillor Rasi?
I would like to second that thing.
Yeah, thank you. Would you like to speak to the motion, Councillor Chuang?
Thank you, Madam Mayor. I would like to reappoint Councillor Catherine on the council delegates for League West. All the hard work Council Catalyst already put from last year till now, and it's the at the moment her position is the deputy chair for East West, and all the achievements they have, and the job is still need to continue. So I would like to appoint her for continue for the next year.
Thank you,
And
Councillor
yep.
Chung.
And I
Council-
also support for the council Lucy Nguyen in the proxy.
Yeah, thank you, Councillor Chung. Councillor Rising, would you like to speak to the motion?
No, thank you.
Thank you. Would anyone else like to speak to the motion? Madam Deputy Mayor.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. May I also ask a question whether we can have another nomination? With due respect, Councillor Nguyen has demonstrated an interest to be the representative on this committee. And I would like to seek advice on what we do in this situation when there are two nominations, and whether we can resolve this matter into the chamber through a vote, or perhaps postpone this report to our next meeting when Councillor Nguyen will be available.
Yeah. Can I get advice from Director Hill, please?
Thank you, Madam Mayor. The reason the decision's coming before Council this evening is that the chair appointment will be made at the Lead West Committee meeting on the 2nd of December. So it requires us to make the decision, if possible, in the chamber this evening. The terms of reference call for one delegate per council, and a proxy can be appointed in their place. Thank you, Madam Mayor.
Thank you, Director Hill. Yeah.
Can I also speak? Given that Councillor Nguyen is not here, and she has also provided a nomination, what is the protocols for this situation? Because it's not clear to me that if there are two nominations, that we somehow resolve it. But I feel also there needs to be transparency, given that Councillor Nguyen is not here. Thank you.
Thank you, Councillor Tarkos. I think Councillor Nguyen had been nominated as a proxy as well, so I think it's fair for her too. So you can debate on whether you support or not support. But like Councillor Nikolic and also Councillor Nguyen is appointed both as delegate and proxy. Yeah, Councillor Crook.
I have a question on the report. Thank you, Madam Mayor. Is it possible we can vote on this report at the special council meeting next week instead of today?
We can vote on now. I'll pass the advice to Director Hill. Yeah.
Thank you, Madam Mayor, and through you, it's technically possible for that to happen. If you're asking for governance advice on that, it's probably better to keep the mayoral election as per the governance rules, but technically it would be possible. Thank you, Madam Mayor.
Yeah. I think we will vote tonight if the motion is not carried, so we can do it next time, or we can postpone.
Yep. So through you, Madam Mayor, there's a motion before you that's been moved and seconded,
Yes.
which is now in debate.
Yeah.
So if you'd like to it's up to you, but if you'd like to proceed with the debate, you can see where that lands, and then there can be a decision made about how to proceed.
Yeah, I would like to continue with the debate. So, could anyone else like to speak to the motion? Councillor Crook.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. I'd like to speak on this motion here. I don't think Councillor Lucy Nguyen has expressed interest in this position, and I don't think it's fair to make a decision tonight without the councillor being present in the chamber to express, her reasons for running and the like. So I encourage councillors to defer this and vote this down.
Thank you, Councillor Crook. Councillor Nikolic.
Thanks, Madam Mayor. I'd like to use this opportunity to provide an annual update on my term as Lead West delegate. I really appreciate the role and in trusting me in this. It's been a real privilege to serve as Council's representative, but also to represent the West as the fastest growing region in Australia with more than 1 million residents, or 20% of Melbourne's population. I've come into this role and have been able to represent Brimbank as co-chair. It is the first time that we've held this role in the inception of Lead West, and I would also like to thank my fellow representatives from Melton, Maribyrnong, Hobsons Bay and Wyndham, particularly our chair, Phil Zada from Melton, our neighbours, for his really close leadership. When I came into the role, it was clear we needed a refresh for Lead West, and I'm really proud to share with the team that we've had a record year in terms of MP meetings, leading a delegation to Canberra, a Victorian Parliament delegation, and meeting with our representatives across the whole political spectrum, Labor, Liberal, legalised cannabis, all of our stakeholders and partners as well. We've just released, as outgoing co-chair, I can announce our state government advocacy priorities for the next year, and we're really keeping the finger on the pulse in terms of advocating for homelessness, Melbourne Airport Rail and Sunshine Station Master Plan, very close to us here in Brimbank, but also investment in mental health, a cooler greener west, for shade and more green spaces, and also the Western Rail Plan. It's been really clear that we have to keep the momentum up for the bus network reform. We need frequent, direct and accessible services, and this is going to be at the forefront in terms of the advocacy moving forward. I have popped my hand up to continue this role. I believe that 2 years would be an ideal time to continue this advocacy and allow for that continuity. So I'm very open in sharing that with my fellow councillors this evening.
Yeah, thank you, Councillor Nicoli. At Councillor sharing that Councillor Nguyen is not here, so can I ask Madam Deputy Mayor to read out the email from Councillor Lucy Nguyen that she nominated for the position at the delegate?
I need to be given more
Or
time.
Councillor Talcott, can you read that?
Is it possible for me to speak?
For Councillor Nguyen email, so because Councillor Nicolic has shared her interest, and Councillor Nguyen is not here, but she emailed us, so I would like Annie to read it out. Yeah.
I've got the letter in front. I'm happy to read it. Do you want me to read?
Yes, please, Councillor
Okay.
Tarkos.
This letter is written by Councillor Lucy Nguyen on Wednesday the 12th of the 11th, 25. I thought I should write in as I'll be on leave next week and it will be difficult for me to join the upcoming COP meeting to discuss the Lead West delegate nomination. As I mentioned in last night's briefing, I intend to nominate for the new term of Lead West as a delegate. I believe it's important to rotate committee involvement so that all councillors have the opportunity to contribute to issues they're passionate about. I'm also happy to step back from any of my current committee roles to allow another councillor the same opportunity. While I served as proxy for Lead West this year, there was very limited opportunity to participate, where I was only invited to one meeting as a proxy. If given the opportunity to serve as a delegate, I will continue to advocate for Brimbank's priorities, particularly around housing and homelessness, transport improvements, and building a more sustainable community. These areas align closely with Lead West priorities for the 26th state election. Thank you for your consideration. Warm regards, Councillor Lucy Nguyen.
Thank you, Councillor Tarkos. And hang on, I would like to see whether Councillor Bao and Councillor Pham haven't expressed their word yet. So can I ask Councillor Bao or Councillor Pham, would you like to speak to the motion?
Would normally say ladies first.
Councillor Pham?
For you, Madam Mayor, I want to share some of my thoughts that I think I support the think of the role should be rotated. But however, I can see also the achievement that the council Catherine had been um, um, achieved during her last year in Big West. Um, it's a hard decision to make, and I know that there are some work that need to be rolling um, or continuing because in with my past experience, there are some work that with 1 year term or one term that you actually kind of in the middle of um, your journey to really want to complete or fulfill it. So I am here listening to everyone to point as well, and um, it's a hard decision to make. I if I can, I would support all of them, but still listening and see what Councillor Barros has to say. Thank you.
Thank you, Councillor Pham. Councillor Bausch.
Right, thanks for leaving it up to me. Look, yeah, thanks through the mayor. Look, this is a difficult one. It really is. And look, if it comes to an adjournment for next week, then so be it. But look, I see the work that Councillor Nicklick has done for the last 12 months, and it's been very impressive. A lot has been advocated for. A lot have been delivered from her advocacy from funding from the state and federal government. Councillor Nguyen has put up her hand for this year, so sorry, for next year, or next 12 months, I should say. So, like I said prior, look, I'm pretty much on the fence on this. It's hard to, 50-50 saying it should rotate, that people have a fair share. On the contrary, it's like, well, Catherine's done a good job. Why not let her do year number 2? So it is a very difficult one, Madam Mayor. So I'll throw it back to you.
Yeah, I'll just remind all councillors that we're thinking about our community and our Brimbank, and the role can be rotate or can be reappointed, and your decision. Yeah. Yes, please. Yes.
Thank you, Mother Mayor. I do have a question for governance. In Lucy's letter says, well, I served as a proxy for Leadwords this year. There was a limited opportunity to participate, where I was only invited to one meeting as proxy. My belief is that she can come to every meeting. Please correct me if I'm wrong. Not to make decisions, but be part of every meeting.
I'm just having a look at the terms of reference. Just bear with me a minute. I may have to take that question on notice. I can't find it quickly in the terms of reference. I can come back to you.
Yeah. So can I call Councillor Chuang for reply first, and then yeah.
Sorry.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. I think it's true. I've been the last period of councillor term in 2016, and in this term, I think that many years of the relationship by Brimbank City Council through the list weight have been very serious. It's the we it's only the member can do or something action. It other councillor they have the voice or they are the future chair or the chair, so they take action on behalf of their council. This year we have I believe it Council Catherine have to work tireless on her deputy chair at least since her achievement a lot of the writing. It is not for herself, for the community, for the name of the Brimbank Council. I think we should be proud of her appointment for the community and support her to reappointment to continue this important role at the Brimbank City Council representative. Is we did hear on the letter from Council Lucy Roy. She said through the term she only attend or being invited to the meeting is only one time. But I believe it's even on the role of the posse, you allowed to come to the meeting. You can make the idea suggestion. Only thing you can do is for the vote. And also before Councillor Lucy on leave, she did mention she will attend online tonight, but I don't know some reason why she can't. We not yet like again or not support her, but I think the job Councillor Catherine is doing last year, and like Councillor Pham mentioned, sometime 1 year can't finish what the job have been done. So if we support to reappoint Councillor Catherine to continue her job, and Councillor Lucy is still in the proxy and more often to attend to the meeting, so the year follow, she can take over the role of the Councillor Catherine. She will have more experience, and if this term Councillor Catherine can be voted to become the chair, is more powerful for Brimbank City Council. So that's why I recommend and I endorse for Councillor Catherine it to be reappointed.
Thank you, Councillor Trung. So, okay, Madam Deputy Mayor, yeah, if you want to.
Thank you, thank you, Madam Mayor. I just want to speak against these nominations. I will not support this nomination.
Point of order. I think she spoke already. Thank you.
Yeah.
Sorry, Madam Mayor. I spoke before to ask a question, but I haven't spoken with regards to the nomination as such.
All right, I'll give you 2 minutes to talk about that. Thank you.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. I think in the spirit of collegiality and fairness, we need to postpone this report for this coming week, considering that technically speaking, it can be done. So why not wait for this coming week and bring it to the chamber for a vote? I think that would be much more fair for everyone. And again, in the spirit of collegiality.
Yeah.
Thank
you. Thank you, Councillor Board. I want to share with you. Are you foreshadowing? If
I will foreshadow. If this none is not passed, I will foreshadow another motion.
All
Thank
right.
you, Madam Mayor.
Thank you, councillors. I just want to remind you again. This role, you can reappoint or you can rotate. But at Councillor Nicolette has shared all the achievement that she had done, and she had been elected as the deputy chair this year and the coming year. She would like to continue doing her work. And as Councillor Chuang has said that Councillor Nguyen can be a proxy this term, this coming year, and then can be delegate the next year. So I'll support the motion. I'll put to the vote. All in favor, please raise your hand. Okay, so we have 4. So all against, raise your hand. So we have 4. Councillor Pham, do you vote for support or against?
Sorry, Madam Mayor. I voted against it. I would want to postpone it for next week. Thank you.
Okay, I declare the motion lost. We'll postpone it for shadow. Yeah. But can I just remind you, because Councillor Nguyen is on leave, and she's maybe not here next week, and we need to make decision before the 3rd of December. Just reminding you that.
Thank you for that reminder, Madam Mayor. To my understanding, she will be attending online, and even if she doesn't, then we'll have to go without her being present. But at least we are giving her the opportunity. Again, this is all in the spirit of collegiality and giving everybody a chance. I think that's a question also of fairness. I'm not saying that Councillor Nikolic didn't do a great job, far from it. But I think the spirit of collegiality and fairness are very much in the forefront here, at least for me anyway.
Yep. Thank you. Thank you. So we move. Oh, yeah.
Through the chair, may I suggest to Councillor Borg that we don't defer the whole motion or the whole recommendation, that we just that item. Antonio can, if you can, onto the screen, suggest some wording. If Councillor Borg is happy with that, that can be the motion.
Yep. Come to the next practical council meeting. Yes, and we can be more specific in terms of mentioning the next council meeting for Tuesday, the 25th of November. I'm also seeing the practical side of it in terms of the requirement for the Lead West.
Yeah. Can I have the seconder, please? Councillor Takos? Thank you. And now, would you like to speak to the motion?
As I already said, Madam Mayor, I mean, I highly acknowledge the work that Councillor Nikolic has done to Lead West. I'm also mindful, with due respect to Councillor Nikolic, that when you are part of a committee, the acknowledgement of what has been achieved goes to the whole team rather than to one specific person. I admire her ambition and her keenness to be on it. But again, having considered everything in this case, I really would like to, be responsive to our fellow councillors and respond in fairness, and give Councillor Nguyen an opportunity for her to be available for the next council meeting, for her to have a say and vote on this report.
Yeah. Thank you. Councillor Takos?
Yes, I'd just like to say that I think it's transparent. I think we are all equals, we are all one vote, and it's important that each one of us respect that and that we are all on an equal footing. Committees are, we agreed that they would be rotated so everyone gets an opportunity, and I believe that this is in the spirit of that agreement. Thank you.
Thank you, Councillor Takos. Any want to speak to the motion? Against on the motion? Councillor True?
I think it's all the votes already show, so we have to accept the motion from Councillor Paul. I just want to say it's like I support reappoint Councillor Catherine is not for the person. And I support her to reappoint for the jobs she doing for the community and under the name of the Brimbank City Council. It is not promotion for her name or her personal. So I just would like to remind, and I think it role is fair, but it fair is for the all the years she been the job, she been put on her tireless work at the Lee West for the community. And something is not completely finished. So I think we just support her to continue. And I think the councillor is sit down here. Some councillor already relationship at the Least West. And you understand at the Least West, it sometimes remain many years, it very serious. It no have any voice at the Lee West for many years. For only first time we have the deputy chair, and maybe next year can be a chair. So it's opportunity for the community and for the Brimbank Council. That's why I would like to report. I didn't say not support council losing wing. We hear it what she want to put on League West if she want to appoint. But the thing is like we be
Madam
fair.
Mayor?
So I just want to say
Sorry,
like
she still have time to talk about
I
it.
was going to say point of order.
Yeah, but like this is another motion that we move.
That's
on
right. And the
yeah.
motion, my point of order is that Councillor Trung's comments are not in relation to the new motion, which is the for the committee to the next meeting.
Yes, on the writing you put it for the next meeting. But
Correct.
when you the speaking, you say not support for the personal. That's why I respond the one you say.
Yeah.
Yes,
I
I
know.
Yeah,
didn't
let her
say
finish
that.
this.
Yeah. Okay, that's all. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. So, any more councillor want to speak to the motion? I'll put the motion to the vote for the meeting postponed until the 25th of November. So, yeah, councillor.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. I just asked for the right to reply to the new norm. As we know, now this matter needs to be resolved by a certain time, and the closest opportunity that we have is the 25th of November 2025. And the reason why I chose that date is because, first of all, it needs to be determined. We need to make a resolution by a certain date, and if we leave it for the December meeting, it will be too late, and it will save council money instead of calling another special meeting just for this resolution. You know, I think it is appropriate to have it. To have it resolved at the council meeting on the 25th of November.
Yeah.
Thank you, Madam Mayor.
Yeah. Can I ask you, like, if the debate go on and go on the 25th of November, what happened to the mayoral election?
No, that will be
At the end of the okay, thank you.
that will be after the mayoral election, I would say.
Okay.
Thank you.
So I'll put to the vote to support the defer the appointment of the delegate until the 25th of November. All in favor, please raise your hand. What, 5? So I declare the motion carried. So we move to item number 12.6, Annual Action Plan and Budget 2025-2026, Progress Report Quarter 1. I invite Director Hill to present her report.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. Brimbank Council recently adopted the new 4-year We Are Brimbank Council Plan from 2025 to 2029 in October this year. For year 1, 25 to 26, and in the following year, Council will create annual action plans and budget to implement the strategic priorities and 4-year initiatives outlined in the Council Plan. In 25-26, the annual action plan and budget contains 69 actions. Implementation of these actions is monitored and evaluated through these quarterly reporting of actions, with achievements published at the end of the financial year in the Brimbank Council Annual Report. This report shows progress made in the first quarter from the 1st of July to the 30th of September 2025. At the end of the first quarter, 4% of actions are complete and 96 actions are in progress. The recommendation is that Council notes the state of actions as presented in the report. Thank you, Madam Mayor.
Thank you, Director Hill. Are there any questions to the Director, Councillors? Thank you. Can I have the mover, please? Councillor Tarkos?
I move the motion as per business papers. Thank you, Madam Mayor.
Thank you, Councillor Tarkos. I second, Madam Deputy Mayor.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. I second the motion.
Thank you, Councillor Tarkot. Would you like to speak to the motion?
Thanks, Madam Mayor. I'd just like to bring two important actions that have come out of this action plan for budget 25 to 26. Some of the great actions are listed there, but these two ones that stand out to me is I'd like to highlight how Council works in the prevention health space. By hosting monthly member teas at the leisure centres that we have, which focus on diabetes prevention. Brimbank, as we know, has one of the highest diabetes type 2 numbers in Victoria. These morning teas provide an informal way and a safe space for peer support, sharing experiences and challenges, as well as receiving valuable information in different languages on how to manage diabetes. The other action that I wanted to highlight that's been implemented was our Parks Rapid Response Team, keeping parks clean. I've seen this team in action, and all I can say is it's really great that they can respond quickly and make a real noticeable difference in our parks. Our community has really expressed the importance of keeping these spaces clean and safe. In September alone, the Rapid Response Team collected more than 0.5 cubic metres of litter, responded to 39 litter removal inquiries, and removed branches and debris across multiple reserves, especially after storms and heavy rains, and raised requests for safely for cleaning and acting swiftly on matters such as dumped rubbish, also vandalism, graffiti, and other detritus. So I really like to congratulate for those 2 points. Thank you.
Thank you, Councillor Tarkos. Madam Deputy Mayor, would you like to speak to the motion?
Yes, thank you. I more or less want to reiterate a little bit about what Councillor Tarkos said regarding programs to support improved mental health and well-being. That is one of our gold priorities, and it's always great to see how we are translating that into action, and that's what this report brings to light, you know. And another thing that is also struck me is the creation of a social inclusion action group. This is a very important program which looks at connection and belonging, and it's totally run by the community. So it's great to see that happening also. And another highlight is the the tackling of illegal rubbish dumping, which we identified as one of the important things to do. Enough is enough, and it's great to see Council very much on the back of things, and we can already see an improvement in that. So thank you once again for this important action plan and budget. I also want to mention the importance of the infrastructure investments as well as the environmental initiatives like the greenhouse reduction program and tree planting, which will help to build a more resilient community. Thank you to all the staff and to everyone involved in the implementation of this plan. Thank you.
Thank you, Madam Deputy Mayor. Would anyone else like to speak to the motion? Councillor Nikolic.
Thanks, Madam Mayor. I'd just like to touch on the greening that's made a really significant impact in my ward. Council, as part of the 2025 planting program across July and August, planted 4,200 nature strip trees, and majority of those were in Sydenham and Delahaye and Kings Park, which was significantly lacking in terms of that canopy cover. And I'm really pleased that there's another 3,000 tube stock plants that were donated by the state government's Western Tunnel Initiative, and they'll be planted in the coming quarter as well.
Thank you, Councillor Nikolic. Could anyone else like to speak to the motion? I put the motion to the vote. All in favour, please raise your hand. I declare the motion carried. We move to report number 12.7, Quarter 1 Budget Report, July, August, September 2025. I invite Mr. Vidal to present their report.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. The purpose of this item is for Council to note the quarterly budget report and accompanying statements for the period ending 30 September 2025. The quarterly report is a requirement under the Local Government Act 2020. Care is to note that this report include operating performance. The year-to-date operating surplus is 1.44 million, which is 1.51 million unfavorable to the year-to-date budget of 2.94 million. The deficit is mostly driven by the timing of the financial assistance grant received and recognized in June 2025, the public open space contribution refund to Orica, and an increase in depreciation. The unfavorable variances were partially offset by increase in other income, increase in grants and contribution carried forward from the 24-25 financial year, and increase in user fee income from the Brimbank Aquatics and Wellness Center. In the capital performance, there's an actual expenditure variance of 1.75 million, which has been mainly driven by expenditure greater than forecasted in roadworks, pathways, and playgrounds, parks, and gardens. This was partially offset by expenditure less than forecasted in sports facilities. During the reporting period, there's also been 17 project change requests that were received and approved under CEO delegation. Our cash position, the year-to-date balance stands at 111.17 million. The forecast closing cash balance for the year ending 30 June 2026 is forecasted to be 91.12 million, which is 10.71 million higher than the budgeted figure. The recommendation is that Council notes the quarterly budget report.
Thank you, Director Vidal. Councillor, are there any questions to the directors? Right. May I have the mover, please? Madam Deputy Mayor?
I move the report as per shared screen.
Yeah. Thank you. May I have seconder, please? Councillor Bausch?
Second the report as per shared screen, Madam Mayor. Thank you.
Thank you. Councillor, Madam Deputy Mayor, would you like to speak to the motion?
Thank you, Madam Mayor. Yes. I highly welcome this statement of commitment for a safe and inclusive Brimbank. Safety is a basic need, both as an individual and community levels. As a local government, it's important to focus on the social, health, and environmental factors that help prevent crimes and harm before it occurs. This reviewed strategy continues to build on Council's ongoing commitment to community safety through the lens of social inclusion. Earlier, Council endorsed Council Action Plan. As I was looking at it, it was great to see this statement included at the beginning of this document. Among other things, it affirms the safety and inclusion commitment in Council's implementation of its various strategies in all sectors of the organization. Thank you.
Thank you, Madam Deputy Mayor. Councillor Bauch, would you like to speak to the motion?
No, thank you, Madam Mayor.
Thank you. Would anyone else like to speak to the motion? I put the motion to the vote. All in favor, please raise your hand. I declare the motion carried. We move to item number 12.8, draft statement of the commitment for a safe and inclusive Brimbank. I invite Director Dumbo to present their report.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. This report requests Council to consider endorsing the draft statement of commitment for a safe and inclusive Brimbank for community and stakeholder feedback for a period of 4 weeks. This statement of commitment reflects Council's goal for a safe, inclusive Brimbank where everyone feels they belong, aligned with our 2050 community vision. Thank you.
Thank you, Director Dumbo. Councillor, are there any questions to the Director? May I have the mover, please? Councillor Tarkos?
I move the motion as per business papers. Thank you.
May I have the seconder, please? Councillor Pham?
I second the motion for business paper. Thank you.
Thank you. Councillor Tarkos, would you like to speak to the motion?
Thanks, Madam Mayor. I just wanted to say that this statement is not just a flimsy, sentence of we're committed to inclusiveness. What does it mean? The statement actually endorses our commitment to the primary prevention model. And that social inclusion to help build welcoming, safe, connected communities, that everything we do through our strategic outlook, through our programs, through our activities, through our forward planning, relates back to this safe and inclusive Brimbank. A lot of our programs and infrastructure and strategy is also built on that prevention of harm before it occurs and minimising the risks when they do occur. So from a strategic point of view, we partner with agencies like the police, community services, health agencies, schools, universities to promote safe, healthy and connected communities because we know that their values align with us. To give you an example, the Libraries After Dark program, which is a program that we highly sought grant funding for and we got it, is in itself looks like the extended hours of the library. But what is it, in fact, it's doing is giving an opportunity for our community to have somewhere to go after hours and not go to the many gambling institutions that are offering possibly the only form of connection for a lot of people in their neighbourhoods. The Libraries After Dark program is a great program because it provides an alternative for people to go to places where they can have social connection. More programs like this are needed, as well as youth programs in assisting in the prevention space. And I highly commend this report because it's more about all the actions that we did in the previous report also support this safe and inclusive Brimbank. Thank you.
Thank you, Councillor Tarkos. Councillor Pham, would you like to speak to the motion?
Through you, Madam Mayor. This strategy is the partnership and collaboration between Victoria Police, government, service provider, businesses, and community organisations. And I want to echo whatever Councillor Karkos was saying, but also want to highlight the three strategic priorities that the statement identifies. Number one is stronger community. Number two is safer streets and council-owned public spaces. Number three, preventing gender-based violence. But also want to echo this, whatever in this strategy is also about inclusive. Inclusive means which highlights in the gender base, but also I believe inclusiveness is very important for Brimbank because we are a very diverse community, which people come from all different backgrounds and they have to feel safe. They have to feel Brimbank in their home, and they have to feel that they're getting supported through different social activity that provided by council or supported by council or other partnership of council, which is outreach and big pro. And I think this actually is very important, and in that inclusiveness as well. Thank you.
Thank you, Councillor Pham. Would anyone else like to speak to the motion? Councillor Ward?
Thank you, Madam Mayor. I owe you and everyone an apology because when I spoke with regards to the previous report, it was not the relevant material. What I meant was for this report. And once again, I highly welcome this report to Council. Thank you.
Thank you, Councillor Ward. May I have Councillor Bouch?
Thank you, Madam Mayor. I am also proud to endorse this draft statement of commitment for a safe and inclusive Brimbank for public consultation. The statement of commitment articulates Council's aspirations for a safe and welcoming community where everyone belongs and can live a life free of harm. The statement of commitment speaks to Council roles, principles and strategic priorities for a safe and inclusive Brimbank. Community safety is a shared responsibility across all levels of government, Victoria Police, service providers, business and the community as a whole. Council plays a role in primary prevention and early intervention and relies on Victoria Police for a response. We are committed to working with our partners, incorporating Victoria Police to address safety in Brimbank. Our Safety and Wellbeing Partnership, co-chaired by Victoria Police, brings stakeholders together to address complex safety issues. This partnership is just one example of our commitments to work together. We know that police numbers are challenging, and I know despite from constituents saying that some of the stations are only open 8 hours, but we are working with Victoria Police to ensure these gaps are addressed and prevent and reduce crime in Brimbank. Community safety is a priority in our advocacy plan, and we continue to advocate for increased resources to support community safety and community first. Community safety is not just about policing, it's also about supporting inclusion, collaboration, place-based approach and addressing the social, health and environmental factors that prevent harm before it occurs. This builds on the legacy of the Safe and Inclusive Brimbank Strategy 2020 to 2024 and reflects feedback from partners and in the community. This statement of commitment is about affirming our leadership role and working together to create a safe and inclusive Brimbank. I recommend that Council endorses this draft for public consultation, and I encourage the Brimbank community to provide feedback. Thank you.
Thank you, Councillor Bouch. Would anyone else like to speak to the motion? I'll put the motion to the vote. Or in favour, please raise your hand. I declare the motion carried. We move to report number 12.9, Draft Community Grants Policy 2025. I invite Director Dumbo to present their report. Thank you.
Thank you, Mayor. This report is presented to Council to consider endorsing the draft Brimbank Community Grants Policy for a period of public consultation of 4 weeks. This updated policy ensures our grants program is fair, transparent and aligns with the priorities of We Are Brimbank. It strengthens governance, reduces risk and supports community groups to deliver projects that make a real difference for Brimbank residents. Thank you.
Thank you, Director Dumbo. Councillor, could anyone else, any question to the Director? May I have the mover, please? May I have the mover, please? Councillor Grassi?
I'll move the motion as per shared screen. Thank you.
Thank you. May I have the seconder, please? Councillor Bouch?
Thank you, Madam. I'll second the motion as per shared screen.
Thank you. Councillor Grassi, could you like to speak to the motion?
No, thank you.
Thank you. Councillor Bell, would you like to speak to the motion?
No, thank you, Madam Mayor.
Thank you. Could anyone else like to speak to the motion? I put the motion to the vote. All in favor, please raise your hand. I declare the motion carried. We move to item number 13, notice of motion. There are no notice of motion. Number 14, notice of rescission. There are no notice of decision. Item number 15, urgent business. Mr. Acting CEO, is there any urgent business?
There are no items of urgent business, Madam Mayor.
Thank you, Mr. CEO. Item number 16, confidential business. There is one item of confidential business. May I have a mover of motion to close the meeting in accordance to Section 66(2)(a) of the Local Government Act 2020 to members of the public for the consideration of item number 16.1 has been designated confidential. May I have the mover, please? Councillor Rasid.
I'd move the motion to close the meeting as per shared screen. Thank you.
Thank you. Seconder, Councillor Trung.
I second motion, please.
Thank you, Councillor Trung. I'll put the motion to vote. All in favor, please raise your hand. Thank you. The motion carried. So thank you to everyone who is currently viewing in the live stream of the meeting and in the chamber tonight. Thank you so much for your attending. The meeting is now closed to the member of the public at 9:02 p.m. and will not reopen to the public at the conclusion of the confidential business. Thank you all for attending and for your interest for tonight's meeting. I instruct Channel 31 to stop live streaming this meeting.